Hello there, very good evening and welcome to Prime Time News on TV1 for the Newsfirst, where the people come first. I'm Martin Satyanesan.
And I'm Naveksha Gunasekara. Here are your headlines for tonight.
Budget second reading approved by majority 109 votes. Changes to personal income tax effective from the 1st of April. First shipment of vehicles arrive in Colombo following easing of import restrictions. Assassination attempt on relatives of Kehelbadra Padme, the alleged planner of Ganemullah Sanjeeva's murder, thwarted. Mother and brother of suspect in Ganemullah Sanjeeva's murder arrested. Colombo High Court Judge Manjula Tirakaratna calls for investigation report on Facebook posts by senior journalist Poddala Jayantha and Sanath Balasuriya. President discusses national security with senior army officers. Namal Rajapaksa summoned by CID over Airbus inquiry.
On to those stories in detail. An assassination attempt on the family members of the wife of notorious crime boss Kehelbadra Padme has been thwarted. Sri Lanka police reported that two individuals who arrived with the intent to carry out the murder were apprehended thanks to the intervention of intelligence officers.
Notorious crime boss Kehelbadra Padme and his wife are currently abroad while her family resides in the Pannala area. According to Sri Lanka police, intelligence was received on Monday afternoon regarding two individuals who were recording video footage of the house. Acting swiftly, the police arrested the two suspects. At the time of the incident, the mother, father and younger brother of Kehelbadra Padme's wife were present in the house. The police also recovered a foreign manufactured firearm from the suspects. It has been revealed that the firearm was provided by a Dubai-based organized crime figure known as Dubai Samira. Further questioning of the arrested suspects is underway and they are expected to be presented in court soon. Two additional suspects have been arrested in connection with the murder of crime boss Ganemullah Sanjeeva. According to the police, the mother and younger brother of the main female suspect in the murder case have been taken into custody. Both individuals are residents of Katuwalle Gama Nigambo. They were arrested on charges of concealing information and aiding and abetting a crime. This brings the total number of suspects arrested in connection with this murder to 10.
We will soon arrest the individual who orchestrated this incident. Additionally, we seek public assistance to apprehend the woman involved in this incident. A reward of 1 million rupees will be offered to anyone providing accurate information leading to the arrest, as announced by the Inspector General of Police.
The police spokesperson further stated that the woman who posed as a lawyer in connection with the Ganemullah Sanjeeva murder is still believed to be in the country.
Based on the information we currently have, the woman is still in the country. We have deployed special security measures at potential escape points. Our operations will continue based on the available information.
යම් යම් සම්බන්ධකම් අපි දන්නා දේශපාලනයයි නිලධාරී ආරක්ෂකාංශයි කියන්නේ ගහට පොත්ත වගේ පසුගිය කාල සීමාවල පුරාම තිබුණේ. ඒ සම්බන්ධතා විදීමත් එක්ක යම් යම් කැලිබිලිකාරී තත්ත්වයක් ඇති කිරීමේ කුමන්ත්‍රණකාරී වැඩපිළිවෙලක ප්‍රතිඵලයක් කියලාත් මතයක් තියෙනවා.
We are investigating whether there is a group behind these incidents. Observations suggest that there might be some level of such activity. However, we are also investigating the suspect. Despite the changes in the high ranks, these incidents are not related to those changes.
In connection with the Ganemullah Sanjeeva murder case, the Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali has granted permission to detain and question the mother and the younger brother of the main female suspect for 24 hours. The two individuals who were arrested on Monday by the Colombo Crime Division were presented in court. Officers from the Colombo Crime Division informed the court that the suspects were aware of the details of the incident. Investigations have revealed that the suspects had concealed information related to the crime. The Colombo Crime Division also informed the court that the main female suspect, Ishara, had sent messages and made calls to her younger brother through the shooter's messenger account. Investigators disclosed that one of the messages stated, quote-unquote, "We will attack Sanjeeva near the court." Another message sent via messenger after the murder on the 19th of this month stated, quote-unquote, the job is done. The main female suspect had conducted financial transactions through her mother's bank account, who is currently in custody. After considering the presented facts, the magistrate granted permission to detain and question the suspects for 24 hours. 5 individuals have been arrested in connection with the murder of Aruna Vidara Gamage, also known as Migasari Kajja, and his 2 children in Middenia. According to the police, this murder was orchestrated from abroad.
We have
arrested military officers, former military personnel and police officers in connection with this crime. We expect to apprehend and identify the individuals who orchestrated this crime within a short period.
Before his murder, Aruna Vidana Gamage, also known as Kajja, publicly claimed to possess information regarding the murders of Tajuddin and a former provincial council member.
I have filed a complaint seeking protection for the victims, but I have not received any. If I speak out, there will be many problems. If someone takes responsibility for me, I will reveal everything. Is it only Tajuddin who has disappeared? When one government comes, it is proven, and when the other comes, it disappears. Tajuddin is one case. What happened to a politician called Chandi from Beliatta? He died in a high security zone. How does one die in a high security zone? Even if my life is taken, the evidence will not disappear. I have prepared the evidence in such a way that if anything happens to me, all the evidence will be released to the media. If you can, kill me. I am not afraid. These people have already wished me nirvana.
The person that Aruna Vidana Gamage, also known as Kajja, referred to as the politician named Chandi, is the former provincial council member M.K. Ranjit. Known as Chandimali, he was murdered on the 25th May 2003 while on his way to the Criminal Investigation Department. This murder occurred within a high security zone in Colombo. Amila Migasthania, the son of M.K. Ranjit, posted a note on his social media account following the murder of Migasari Kajja. Translated excerpt: That day my father was killed in a high security zone. It was a political game. Ranil, Sajid, John, Mahinda Vijay Sekara, the Rajapaksas, Neville, Tissa. Everyone knew my father would be shot. If everyone knew, there is no way Chandrika did not know. It's been 22 years since my father passed away. Unfortunately, the case file is still with the Attorney General. Some people even overthrew governments using that murder, but the file is still with the Attorney General. On Monday, Deputy Minister of Public Security Attorney-at-Law Sunil Watagala expressed suspicions about attempts to conceal evidence in certain murders.
This is not about national security. There are politicians behind these notorious criminals, and there is a process of eliminating evidence out of fear of implicating them. The intelligence units are investigating whether this concealment of evidence is leading to these murders.
Today, the cabinet spokesperson also clarified this matter.
We have stated on numerous occasions that what is happening is a conflict between organized crime gangs. However, we see a significant campaign, especially from the opposition, claiming that the national security is at risk. We have clearly stated that there is no issue with national security. We are taking the necessary decisions regarding this. This is not the first time someone has been murdered inside a courthouse in our country. Some individuals have been murdered within high security zones. Investigations into these murders are ongoing. You can see how deep this network runs. Several police officers have already been arrested, and investigations are continuing. The questioning process has reached the courts. We are investigating everyone involved. The WhatsApp messages revealed who communicated with whom. The investigations are also uncovering the connections of politicians. You will be able to learn the names of those revealed.
Namal Rajapaksa, national organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, has been summoned by the Criminal Investigation Department to provide a statement statement regarding a transaction involving Sri Lankan Airlines. The Ministry of Public Security stated that Rajapaksa is being called to give a statement about the infamous Airbus deal involving Kapila Chandrasena, the former CEO of Sri Lankan Airlines. In 2013, a deal was discussed to purchase 10 Airbus aircraft for Sri Lankan Airlines. An investigation by the UK's Serious Fraud Office revealed that this transaction involved a bribe of $16.84 million. It was also discovered that $2 million had been transferred to an account in Brunei belonging to Kapila Chandrasena's wife, with subsequent transfers to other accounts. Despite legal actions, arrests and bail conditions, this investigation had not surfaced prominently until now. Namal Rajapaksa has been summoned to the CID tomorrow for further questioning. In response, the SLPP held an urgent press conference today.
හෙට දිනේ නාමල් රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාට
MP Namal Rajapaksa has been summoned to the CID tomorrow to provide a statement regarding the Airbus deal that occurred over a decade ago. These allegations were initially brought up during the Yahapalane government, but were never proven. This is a blatant attempt to falsely implicate the Rajapaksa's family once again.
ඒ සියල්ල රාජපක්ෂවරුන් පිට පැටවීමේ ඉතාම නිර්ලජ්ජිත උත්සාහයක් දරනවා කියලා.
රජයේ පාර්ශ්වයෙන් දිනපතා
The government blames the Rajapaksas for every issue in the country. We urge them to stop this baseless blame game. If they cannot handle the situation, they should step down and hand over the Ministry of Defence to Gotabaya Rajapaksa for a month. He has the experience and leadership as the former Defence Secretary to resolve these issues effectively.
කේන්ද්‍ර ගන්න එපා. Tamante බැරි නම් වැඩේ ලැජ්ජ නැතුව ගිහිල්ලා ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාට බාර දෙන්නකෝ. ඔබට මතකයි 2019
You may recall the 2019 Easter attacks and the ongoing discussions about their planning. Following the attacks, former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa stated that national security was at risk and expressed his readiness to take responsibility for the country's safety. We should let the law take its course in judging these matters. Currently, we are witnessing various underworld organizations engaging in murders and shootings as part of their power struggles. These incidents are being used to create a narrative that national security is at risk, allowing the Rajapaksa family to regain power. This is a deliberate and cunning plan to destabilize the country and consolidate their power. The people of this country must remain vigilant. We should not allow those who have ruined, exploited and bankrupted the country, destroyed lives and plundered national assets to return to power in any political capacity.
රට බංකොලොත් කරපු මිනිස් ජීවිත විනාශ කරපු රටේ දේපල කොල්ල කාපු මෙවැනි ජාතියේ කණ්ඩායම් වලට රටේ යලි කිසිදු අවස්ථාවක දේශපාලන වශයෙන් ඉඩක් දිය යුතු නැහැ.
Colombo High Court Judge Manjula Tilakaratne has ordered the court registrar to immediately submit an investigation report regarding statements made by senior journalists Poddala Jayantha and Sanat Balasuriya on their Facebook accounts. This order was issued following a written notification from the registrar concerning the matter.
Senior journalists Poddala Jayantha and Sanat Balasuriya had posted comments on Facebook regarding High Court Judge Manjula Tilakaratne, who is currently presiding over the infamous Chris transaction case involving MP Namal Rajapaksa. The registrar informed the judge that these posts were perceived as contempt of court. In response, the registrar had requested appropriate orders from the High Court judge. Judge Manjula Tilakaratne had instructed the registrar to submit a report along with the relevant Facebook posts. The judge emphasized the need for the report to be submitted without delay, after which appropriate orders will be issued. Following abductions and assault during the tenure of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, senior journalists Poddala Jayantha and Sanat Balasuriya have been residing abroad.
President Anura Kumara Dissanayake met with senior army officials today.
A discussion on Sri Lanka's current security situation was held today at the Presidential Secretariat under the leadership of President Anura Kumara Dissanayake. The meeting, attended by senior officials of the Sri Lanka Army, focused on the future measures regarding the security situation in Sri Lanka. Among those present were Deputy Minister of Defence Aruna Jayasekara, Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumar Nayaka and Secretary to the Ministry of Defence Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tuyakonta.
Newsfirst with the people.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
After 5 years, a shipment of motor vehicles imported for personal use arrived at the Colombo port today. The shipment was made possible following the government's decision to ease import restrictions.
6 pickup trucks ordered by private importers arrived in Colombo from Thailand this morning. The Vehicle Importers Association of Sri Lanka announced that additional shipments are expected to arrive in the country tomorrow and the day after. The association also stated that from March onwards, consumers will have the opportunity to purchase vehicles across all categories. What are the prices of the new vehicles?
අපි ගත්තොත් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 2024-25 රොකෝ රථයක් රොකෝ ඩබල් කැබ් එකක් 245ක් 250ක් 55ක් වගේ ප්‍රයිස් රේන්ජ් එකකට යයි කියලා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ගත්තොත් අතර මිල අඩුවීමක් අතර වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මොකද අපි දන්නවා
A 2024 Rocco double cab pickup truck is priced around 25 to 25.5 million rupees. This is a significant price reduction considering that a 2020 model was priced as high as 32.5 million rupees in the second-hand market. You can now purchase a brand new 2024 model for around 24 to 26 million rupees. All vehicles are expected to arrive from Japan, including models like the Alto and Wagonar. For instance, a Wagonar or Alto can be purchased for around 6 million to 6.5 million rupees. Last December, a Wagonar was priced at approximately 7.5 million rupees. Today, you can buy the latest 2024 brand new Wagonar for the same price. We anticipated even lower prices because we want to provide affordable vehicles to consumers. We are grateful to the government for allowing us to import vehicles after 5 years. I urge consumers not to worry. There will be a sufficient supply of vehicles arriving in Sri Lanka continuously.
මේ දුන්න අවස්ථාවටත් රජයට ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. මොකද අවුරුදු 5කට පස්සේ අපිට මේ වාහනයක් ගේන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දීම ගැන. පාරිභෝගිකයන්ට මම නිතරම පවසන්නේ කලබල වෙන්න එපා. අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රමාණයට ලංකාවට වාහන එනවා. මොකද මේ වාහන ගෙන්නීමේ නතර කිරීමක් හෝ එහෙම දෙයක් වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඒකෙන්ද දිගින් දිගටම වාහන පැමිණෙන්න නියමිතයි.
The bill to amend the thresholds for personal income tax has now been gazetted. Starting from April 1st, personal income tax will be levied under the new thresholds.
According to the Inland Revenue Amendment Bill, the personal income tax thresholds are as follows. Monthly income up to 150,000 rupees will be exempt from personal income tax. For monthly income exceeding 150,000 rupees, the first 83,334 rupees will be taxed at 6% amounting to 5,000 rupees. The next 41,667 rupees will be taxed at 18% amounting to 7,500 rupees. The subsequent 41,667 rupees will be taxed at 24% amounting to approximately 10,000 rupees. The next 41,667 will be taxed at 30% amounting to approximately 12,500 rupees. Any income exceeding this will be taxed at 36%. The Inland Revenue Staff Officers Association Secretary held a press conference to clarify these changes.
Let's consider an individual with a monthly income of 500,000 rupees under the new amendments. The income tax payable would be 86,000 rupees, which is a reduction of over 22,000 rupees for that income bracket. Similarly, an individual with a monthly income of 250,000 rupees previously paid 21,000 rupees in taxes. Under the new amendments, they will only pay approximately 8,000 rupees per month, resulting in a savings of 13,000 rupees. This demonstrates the government's effort to provide relief to lower income earners and retain professionals within the country. Compared to the previous system, the tax payable from the 1st April will be reduced, which we see as a very positive development.
මේක ඉතාමත් හොඳ තත්ත්වයක් විදිහට අපි දකිනවා.
The second reading of the budget was approved in Parliament with a majority of 109 votes. A total of 155 votes were in favour, including Tamil National Alliance MP Selvam Adekalanathan.
Only 46 votes were cast in opposition. The Budget Committee stage debate will commence on the 27th and will last for 19 days, concluding on March 21st.
අපිට ආදායම් සහ ප්‍රධාන විදියට ලැබෙන්නේ 4990යි. අපි ඇස්තමේන්තු ගත කරලා තියෙනවා 7190ක්. ඒ අනුව රුපියල් බිලියන 2200ක වෙනසක් එනවා. ඒට කියනවා සමස්ත අයවැය හිඟය. එය දළදේ
Our primary income methods are estimated at 4,990 billion rupees, while we have projected a total of 7,190 billion rupees, resulting in a difference of 2,200 billion rupees, which represents the overall budget deficit. This deficit is approximately 6.67% of the GDP. Maintaining a deficit at around 5% of the GDP is considered a benchmark. However, given the constraints compared to last year, I believe maintaining a deficit of 6.67% is a significant achievement. There are various ways to cover this 2,200 billion rupee deficit, but in this budget we have avoided measures that would lead to inflationary effects. No new taxes have been imposed. Instead, we plan to borrow 2,125 billion rupees from the domestic market and 75 billion rupees from the foreign market, which is not a financial market, meaning it will not expand the money supply in the banking system. In addition to covering this 2,200 billion rupee deficit, the government also needs to secure funds for other obligations. We must repay loans, including 1,600 billion rupees in loan installments, which require an additional 4,000 billion rupees. Our borrowing limit as presented to Parliament through this bill is 4,000 billion rupees. Although various labels have been applied to this budget, I believe it is distinct from previous budgets. Under the Financial Management Act number 44 of 2024, a limit has been set, and this is a legal mandate. According to the Act, 13% of the GDP must be allocated for primary expenses, which amounts to 4,185 billion rupees. Additionally, we have an unavoidable interest expense of 2,950 billion rupees.
ඒ සීමාව නීත්‍යානුකූල තත්ත්වයක් 13% තමයි දළදේශීය නිෂ්පාදිතයෙන් ප්‍රාථමික වියදම් සඳහා වැය කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඒ අනුව රුපියල් බිලියන 4,185ක්. ඒත් එක්කම අපිට මග හරින්න බැරි පොලි වියදමක් තියෙනවා රුපියල් බිලියන 2,950ක්.
MP Harsha De Silva, chairman of the Committee on Public Finance, presented a report on the appropriation bill for the financial year 2025 to Parliament. The report, consisting of 92 pages, includes a detailed review of the legislative background, key macroeconomic projections, and the government's revenue and expenditure strategies.
By the end of 2024, Mr. Speaker, Sri Lanka outperformed IMF projections with the central government debt to GDP at 98.7% compared to the IMF target of 108.8%. Sri Lanka's debt trajectory remains on a positive path, benefiting from improved economic performance, a stable exchange rate, and lower than expected inflation as per the IMF projections. Finally, sir, we conclude with some concerns pertaining to the budget process. Initial assumptions provided to our committee stipulated that the budget estimates are prepared based on the assumption of Sri Lanka recording a 10% nominal growth rate, and this was made up of a 3% real growth and 7% or 6.7% GDP deflator for this year. We observed that these initial assumptions by the Ministry of Finance differ from the assumptions presented in the budget 2025 documents, which refer to estimated economic growth rate, real growth rate of 5% for 2025. So this concludes the summary, but I want to mention that we haven't still got our team in place. We haven't still got a technical team. So we had a number of volunteers.
Jamuni Kamanta Tushara, chairman of the Citizens Movement Against Fraud, Corruption and Waste, lodged a formal complaint with the Criminal Investigation Department today, calling for an urgent probe into the alleged irregularities at the National Youth Services Council.
During last week's COP meeting, it was disclosed that the National Youth Services Council had spent approximately 535 million rupees in an improper manner on irregular projects between January and August of the previous year. The COP questioned the former chairman regarding the approval process and allocation of the funds, but failed to receive a clear explanation. It was revealed that some of the payments were made just before the presidential election.
In order to create the environment needed for his election, Ranil Wickremesinghe, together with Minister Harin Fernando and other officials, has misappropriated public funds to further their own political agenda. When officers from the Youth Services Council were brought before the court and questioned, one officer said that they were told they would be transferred or even fired if they did not sign. As a result, we filed a complaint with the Criminal Investigation Department today. An immediate investigation must be initiated and political authorities should take action against the officers responsible for this.
US Ambassador to Sri Lanka Julie Chung called on the central bank governor.
US Ambassador to Sri Lanka Julie Chung held talks with Dr. Nandalal Wickremesinghe, the central bank governor. She posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that their discussion was on Sri Lanka's economic prospects. The ambassador noted that as Sri Lanka approached the end of year 2 of the IMF program, it is more important than ever for Sri Lanka to continue building market confidence and come out on the other side with a stable and growing economy, one that is ready to do business with America.
The Kuwait National Day was marked in Colombo.
The 64th National Day and the 34th Liberation Day of the state of Kuwait was celebrated in Colombo. A gathering of diplomats, Sri Lankan politicians and others were witnessed at the celebrations that was graced by Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of the State of Kuwait, Odman Emechez Alomar.
All the best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The foundation of Kuwait's success was established in 1962 with drafting of its constitution, creating a social contract between the ruler and the people. This democratic political system has played a key role in maintaining the country's stability, securing national safety, and fostering social harmony. Regionally, Kuwait has been a key supporter of neighboring Arab and Islamic nations. On the global stage, it's respected for its generosity, having aided 105 countries since the establishment of Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development in 1961. In Sri Lanka, there are more than 14 projects launched since 1967 across various sectors including agriculture, transport, energy, industry, and social development. Kuwait has always supported the United Nations and provided assistance during natural disaster, post-war recovery, and global health crisis. Additionally, it has made a major contribution to the economies of the least developed countries and small island nations. In the future, we hope to attract more workers from Sri Lanka to meet the growing demand in various sectors. Kuwait has played a key role in regional and international peace efforts, actively working to resolve conflicts and bridge differences between nations. The country has been deeply involved in global peace initiatives, collaborating with allies such as the Republic of Sri Lanka to address ongoing issues in the Middle East. Kuwait has been a strong supporter of efforts to address the challenges faced by the Palestinian people, highlighting the importance of the Arab Peace Initiative by King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. This initiative calls for recognizing Palestinian rights, a two-state solution, and independent Palestine. We encourage our friends in Sri Lanka to continue supporting this important initiative for lasting peace in the Middle East.
Sri Lanka and the state of Kuwait enjoy close and cordial relations for over 50 years, since the establishment of formal diplomatic relations between the two countries in 1971. With the opening of resident mission of the two countries in Colombo and Kuwait in 1995 and 1981 respectively, the friendly ties between the Sri Lanka and Kuwait have been further cemented. People-to-people contacts, multi-phase bilateral relations between two governments, and active business-to-business engagement are a reflection of the abiding friendship, our countries have enjoyed over several decades. I believe there is a lot of potential for further strengthening our bilateral relations. Further, high-level interactions also contribute in enhancing the relations between countries. The assistance extended by the State of Kuwait in infrastructure development projects in Sri Lanka by way of extending concessionary loans through Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development is particularly noteworthy in time of improving the quality of life of people in Sri Lanka, and it's well organized, well recognized and appreciated. I take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Kuwait for the support and solidarity extended to Sri Lanka in the multilateral fora.
Kuwait's National Day is observed annually on the 25th February.
The certificate awarding ceremony of the language programs organized by the Bandaranaike Centre for International Studies was held in Colombo yesterday.
The certificate awarding ceremony of the language programs organized by the Bandaranaike Centre for International Studies was held in Colombo yesterday. Certificates were given for language programs on Arabic, Chinese, French, German, Hindi, Japanese, Korean, Sinhala, Spanish, Tamil, Thai, Russian and Persian. During her speech, First Secretary of the Embassy of the Russian Federation in Sri Lanka, Maria L. Popova, emphasized on the benefits of languages.
I know that learning a foreign language is always a big challenge, especially when this language doesn't look like yours. It sounds differently, it moves you differently, but on the other hand, it always opens up so many opportunities for you. And I'm so much proud of all these people who are sitting in this hall today and who have completed their language courses. I can only imagine how excited they are about the opportunities opening for them, not only in terms of maybe business or going on overseas on foreign studies, but it's also always about discovering yourself, discovering your love, discovering your passion, discovering the new sounds.
Passes Dayal Sampat Kiriyallage J.G. Sandun Kalhara Samangi Aditya Gunawardana.
The event was attended by key figures including Priyanthi Fernando, the Executive Director of the Bandaranaike Centre for International Studies, and Nazima Kamadin, Chair Professor and Head at the Department of Commercial Law, Faculty of Law, University of Colombo.
The grand finale of Debate Clash 2024 was held in Kaluthara today.
The grand finale of Debate Clash 2024, an inter-school debate tournament organized by the Regional English Support Centre of Kaluthara and Ministry of Education, was held today at the Pashtun Rata National College of Education, Kaluthara. After a competitive battle among 21 schools, Panadura Balika Mahavidyalaya and Sri Sumangala Girls School, Panadura, advanced to the final round.
Social media network empowers the youth, may and through communication in two ways as knowledge and influence.
But here's the real question. Does it really empower the youth or does it just exploit them?
Sri Sumangala Girls School, Panadura, emerged champions of Debate Clash 2024.
The second-year anniversary of the GRACE project, a grassroots conflict prevention project in Sri Lanka, was held today.
GRACE project, funded by the European Union and implemented by World Vision Lanka in collaboration with partners, is a project mainly implemented in the Gampaha and Puttlam districts. Since its inception 2 years ago, the project has actively engaged with local communities, fostering dialogue and understanding to address underlying tensions. The main objective of the project is to prevent and transform conflicts in the grassroots. Today, the organization celebrated their second-year anniversary in Dungalpitiya, Negombo.
This was implemented in 2 districts, namely Gampaha and Pudulam, covering 5 divisional secretariat divisions, namely Kalpitiya, Mundalama, Navagattegama in Pudulam district, and Jala and Wattala in Gampaha district. The main objective of the project was to prevent and transform the conflicts in the grassroots. So for that, several programs were implemented. So we have had experienced very impactful things throughout these 2 years.
The event was attended by stakeholders, community leaders and beneficiaries.
The official launch of the collaboration between Flinders University and Gateway Graduate School took place in Colombo.
The collaboration between Flinders University and Gateway Graduate offers student teachers an opportunity to pursue internationally recognized qualifications and a seamless academic journey in education, while gaining exposure to global opportunities. Chairman of the Gateway Group, Dr. Harsha Alas, shared his insights on the collaboration.
We also now have degree awarding status for us to deliver an entire 4-year program in Sri Lanka. And that is very affordable, and through this arrangement we are able to now cater to different levels. The ones who commence the local degree after 2 years, if they wish to transfer, we are working on that possibility as well. So the master's program, as she mentioned, would be 4 certificates put together, done over 3 to 4 semesters. So you could complete the entire program in Sri Lanka within 1.5 to 2 years.
So we are committed to working with people in Sri Lanka to build the local capacity, to support the aspirations of all of you for the students that might come through your institutions and the broader community. Although we've been engaged in Sri Lanka for some time and have welcomed many students from Sri Lanka over a long period of time into our programs, it is the beginning of our journey here in Sri Lanka. And I think it's the here part that matters the most. It's our long-term commitment, as I've said, over time. But above all, we want to ensure that people who choose to study with us gain the skills and knowledge that are relevant to this environment, and that they're supported in their ongoing educational journey.
The event highlighted the unique opportunities offered by the Gateway Flinders University Education Pathway, emphasizing the importance of providing high-quality, globally recognized educational opportunities for students in Sri Lanka.
The Holy See Press Office says Pope Francis rested well throughout the night.
The Holy Father is being treated in Rome's Gemelli Hospital for bronchitis and pneumonia. A health update last week noted that he is also showing signs of a mild renal insufficiency, which appears to be under control. A statement on Monday evening quoted by Vatican News noted that despite the severity of Pope's condition, he has shown slight improvement. The press office also noted that Pope Francis has received the Holy Eucharist on Monday morning, and in the afternoon he continued his work. As has become customary, the Pope called the pastor of the Holy Family Parish in Gaza to express his paternal closeness to the people there. According to Vatican News, reports have emerged that people of the parish had sent a video message to Pope, for which he thanked them during his phone call.
A ceremony was held today to honor Vigneraj Wakson for his victory in winning the gold medal at the South Asian Cross Country Championship in Islamabad, Pakistan.
Vigneraj Wakson of Middleton Estate, Thalawakale, was honoured in a grand procession, making his way from Thalawakale to Middleton Estate. Vigneraj Wakson recently claimed the gold medal at the 23rd South Asian Cross Country Championship held in Islamabad, Pakistan. Competing in the senior category, he triumphed by completing the 10-kilometer course in an impressive time of 31 minutes and 56.38 seconds. In recognition of his remarkable achievements, a special felicitation ceremony was organized by the residents of Middleton Estate to celebrate his victory. Watson has been an active participant in national athletics competitions as a member of the Sri Lanka Army for the past 6 years.
The press briefing for the 55th Royal Thomaian Old Boys Golf Showdown was held in Colombo today.
The 55th Royal Thomaian Old Boys Golf Match, an iconic event that upholds a rich legacy of sporting excellence and spirited rivalry between Royal College and St. Thomas's College, is scheduled to take place on the 16th March 2025 at the Royal Colombo Golf Club. Speaking at the press briefing, the captains of the two teams, Vijita Pereira and Dianath Kulatunga, shared their insights on the tournament.
There's friendship, competition and camaraderie. At the end of the day, it's not what really matters as to who won it or who lost it, but it's just the fact that the two great schools have conducted another event which has become a tradition.
The great thing about golf is that anyone at any age can compete. So we have the Old Boys of St. Thomas's and Royal playing together, and we have school leavers who will be playing, as well as gentlemen up to the age of 90. We even have a few 90-year-olds playing the Royal Thomaian. So that's the great thing about golf. At any age you can play.
This tournament stands as a celebration of camaraderie, competition and the shared traditions of two of Sri Lanka's most prestigious institutions.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Primetime News on TV1.
Thank you for watching. Good night.